Oh, hello. I think we've gone live. Hi.
I think we have. Hello.
We have the lovely Anke with us this afternoon. She is one of the speakers at our conference in September, and right now she's in sunny Spain. So, but we have sunshine here too. So, but it's really, really lovely to see you, Anke.
Thanks for having me. Nice to be here. I really look forward to seeing you in person again.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you. Me and Anke actually met when we both spoke in Ivy Bridge in November last year. And we found we had a connection. We both have a love of sewing. So we got talking. And it was actually, you reminded me the other day, actually, it's actually at that event when I said, right, I'm going to put on a conference. I'm going to do this too. This is such fun. I'm going to do this. And here we are.
Here we are.
Such a moment. I really remember, like, we were standing next to each other talking about something, and you could see the idea like being brought to life, you know, and that's why I'm like so excited. Like, she pulled it off. It's incredible.
Yeah, gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was really, really thrilled when I put a thing out there and kind of said, we're looking for speakers because we're going to do this. And you straight away said, yes, I'd love to come. So, because I was really fascinated by your talk in Ivy Bridge. And we have spoken a little bit since then. You did come on one of our lovely people webinars. So if anyone's watching this and, they want to know a little bit more about Anke after the little bit that we speak today, you can go and find out, go to my YouTube channel, Debra Simmons. Yeah, just Debra Simmons, I think, on YouTube. Yeah, that'll do.
That's right.
Yeah, that'll be good. And you'll find a lovely people webinar with Anke there. So, if today's not enough, you can find out more there.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, before we came live, Anke and I were just having a little conversation about practical considerations for the conference. What we never got to speak about, so we can do that now, is kind of what it is we're doing at the conference. So I'd love to hear a little bit from you about why, hopefully, you're excited about doing the conference with us, and a little bit about what you might be speaking about.
Well, while I'm excited, part of it is basically that story, to kind of having been part of, or like being really close to like that idea, like right from the very birth of it, and also remembering that conference in Ivy Bridge and the atmosphere and the connection in the room. And it's because I've been in touch with so many people like in the UK, but it's always like Zoom, like I'm the queen of Zoom calls, which is incredible. And there's a lot more depth of connection possible than I ever thought, but it doesn't come close to being in the room. Right. And the other thing I remember was, giving that talk and, sharing whatever each of us was sharing. And you could see how different people were inspired by different things. And sometimes all it takes is just like that one, if it was possible, like that one shift in how you think the world works and what's possible, and to have an opportunity to, share what we all want to share, and have knowing that maybe somebody's going to hear just that thing they need to hear that day, that can make like a huge difference in their life. Because it it's not just like, oh, okay, I know how to run Facebook ads now, like the shift is so much deeper, and it shows in all aspects of life. So yeah, basically any chance to give people an opportunity to have an insight, to have, a moment of questioning something they've never questioned before. It's just something that is really fun to do.
We were having a conversation this morning with somebody about our business and about the conference, about what we're up to. And we said, one of the things that we kind of say a lot is it's life-changing. And we remember there were two people that actually came to a retreat that we held, and they were kind of in the car on the way, sort of saying, yeah, they say this is life-changing. What do you reckon? They went, well, yeah. I don't know really what that means, life-changing. Yeah, probably be a nice weekend. And since then, we've had testimonials from both of these people who've gone, oh my gosh, this is life-changing, doesn't even put it into words what happened to us. So it is, I think, quite difficult sometimes to get across to people just what it is they could get from being in that room.
I think so. I just yesterday I got this Facebook, how Facebook brings up these memories, stuff you've posted a year ago, and there was and I'm like, oh God, isn't that true? There was this thing I posted a year ago where it was like you could talk about chocolate and think about chocolate all you want, and you're not going to have an idea what it's like until you take a bite. I think it's really that it's the experience that. Yeah, and there's also that if you've never questioned the way life is and the way life works, if you've never questioned it, that's the way it is, and that's how things work, and you can't even imagine what life would be like, if these parameters you set yourself weren't there. And I think any one of the speakers or any conversation, any chat during lunch or in the breakout room can just sort of open up that, like, crack that, wall a bit, and then you never know what light comes in.
No, they could be running their own conference next.
Yeah,
you never know. Yeah.
I was just going to say, one of the things that we often talk about is how getting people together in a room it's amazing, but then doing it for sort of 2 or 3 days in a row, there's just something even more beautiful about the kind of depth of feeling that you kind of get to in that space. And we often, when we have our day workshops, we get to the end of the day and we don't get to do this tomorrow. So it's going to be really nice at the conference to have 3 days back to back where we keep coming back into the space with each other. And with such an amazing.
That's very true. And I think you can sort of be a longer, because also you did ask, and I didn't answer exactly what we were going to talk about, but it is a lot about seeing life as this creative process, and how everything is a creative process, and when you kind of just enjoy the ride because there's nothing to rush to on the other end. It's incredible what can get created, and it gets multiplied when there's more people involved. You can come up with a million things, and there'll be ideas, but when you have other people involved, well, that's when I think when 2 + 2 isn't 4 then. 2 + 4 is who knows what, and that's really where the magic is. And to anything you want to create, that business you want to build, or that relationship you want to have, and just to relax into and trust that creative process is extremely powerful.
It has been, we talk a lot about creation and what we've created, and very much, what we're doing is a living, breathing example of what we're teaching, and this creative essence, the fact that we've all moved, the fact that we're doing this conference, and like you say, you have something in your head. I mean, that moment at Ivy Bridge when those words came out of my mouth, it was like, oh gosh, this is what's going to. And then as time has moved forward, more and more people have been seeing that vision that I had in that moment. I saw what an amazing thing that Liz and Stu had created. And I thought, we need more of this. And like you say, that amazing feeling in the room, and what people walk away with, the life-changing things that can happen to people when they get into that space, with a lot less effort than you imagine. I mean, we're speaking to amazing people, having Facebook Lives, connecting with, as you say, the more and more people that are getting involved in this. Some of the people that we're having connections with, it's mind-blowing. Life's just amazing. It's fabulous.
And it's the fun of the creation as well. It just takes the heaviness out of all of it,
Yeah.
And it's funny how it comes, like you can see that anywhere. I was I was working with someone on her website of all things the other day, and she was like, it's, you know what's weird? Like, I've really been enjoying this, and I've been dreading it for like she said, like, I don't know, I've been procrastinating and dreading this for 4 years, you know. And now she says, but the thing that was fun, that the thing that turned, like, she's still not kind of a tech lover or anything, you know, but what she enjoyed was the creative process.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just like kind of you send stuff and then, you know, and then we'll come and say, no, I don't like this and I don't like that. It was more like, okay, how are we going to do this? Like this or like that? And there was this, you know, brainstorming, there was that creative energy. And that's the bit she enjoyed. And I think I don't think anybody dislikes being creative, or, you know, that creative energy. I think it's so close to who we are that, you know, yeah. And just to help people see that that's everywhere, like literally everywhere.
And we can create amazing things and good things, because we can also, I suppose, you know, innocently and by accident, we can create a lot of stress and worry and concern and upset for ourselves. And it's really good, you know, when we look and see actually the amazing things we can create as well.
And then we can create, like we're creating moment to moment. I think that's also something that I really heard in your story, that, okay, whatever you created, you know, whatever mess you created yourself at some point, doesn't mean that you can't create something totally different now.
Absolutely.
I think that was like really, really powerful. That's something really powerful I heard in your talk and in your story.
Yeah, we're new in every moment, aren't we? We can, you know, we don't have to. If we have created a terrible mess, as you know from my story, I did spend a lot of years creating a terrible mess, and Bex had a similar. And you know,
me too, didn't we all?
It's easy to do that, and then it's easy to believe that, oh, because I've created all this mess, I can't do great thing. I can't create anything else in my life but this mess and this stress and this upset. And yet, one new thought. That's what's life-changing about this. You begin to see, do you know what? I can recreate something in this moment. I don't have to wait till next week or tomorrow or till, you know, it's not an I'll be happy when. It's like, do you know what? This moment. It's powerful. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait.
Actually, the thing about that there's no rush to get anywhere. You know, where I think, no, the fun's actually in the process of creating, you know, and when you want, you know, when you see, it's like, oh, it's not that, you know, I'll be happy when, you know, so many times like, oh, you know, when I have that business and when I get to this or this job or this whatever, and when I have this house, you know, when you realize, yeah, it might be fun to kind of want it, you know, and to do stuff to get there, but, you know, the happiness you think you're going to feel once you have that, you can have that right now. So the rest is just game, you know, and it's so much easier to actually bring it to life when you're not in this kind of like desperate pitbull mode, you know.
Oh, it's been brilliant to catch up with you, Anke. I'm really, really, really excited about you. It's going to be great. So thank you for spending time with us today. Thank you for having a chat. Yes.
Well, thanks so much for having me. It's not long now.
No, a minute. It's going to be brilliant. Yeah. So have you got anything else, Beck?
I'm just going to say, if anyone does want to have a look at tickets, then you can DebraSimmons.co.uk website and the Facebook, or you can just
see you soon.
See you soon. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.